October 6, 2025. My name is Cayuela and I live in Paris, France. I moved here about 8 months ago from Los Angeles, California with my family. We found an apartment that has a small office space with good natural light. So for the last 6 months or so, I've been setting up a studio space in here, and it starts to feel really like my own. The majority of my art is paintings with acrylic paint on canvases or wooden panels, and they're usually of interiors or memories of spaces that I've lived before. My background in art starts from when I started art directing and production designing on film sets, and that's where I really started feeling like creative in a public sphere and brave enough to show the work I was making. In this way, I also really started to pay attention to interior design and objects and furniture placement, and that was a really big inspiration, I think, with how I started painting these interiors. I moved quite a bit growing up, and that then blurred into adulthood, where I've moved quite often as well, and I find it to be really amusing to make a home in a new space. I like capturing them in a painting to really feel their significance in helping shape me and what I'm doing with my life. I really love when I'm painting and I can really disconnect and get lost in a memory or a feeling, and it isn't always about recreating an exact room or space, but it's also about an energy or certain details of that space, using colors and objects to try to form a mindset that I once had. I think some of the really fun ones that I enjoy are thinking back to an age under 10 and trying to remember those spaces and what else was going on in my thoughts and my world. Since becoming a parent, it's also, I think, helped these paintings because I can see the way that a child looks at things and is dealing with things, and it's become a really big part of my paintings, the way my children look at the world and remind me how I once did as well. Some artists who inspire my work are Matisse, Suzanne Valadon, Pierre Bonnard, Edouard Vuillard, Fairfield Porter, Lois Dodd. I'm really inspired by my friends who are painters or writers, anyone who's creating something who I can talk to about it. They really inspire me to want to keep creating, keep having these conversations. I think it's super important in the world right now that we have artists and people who help us look at things in a different way. I also love obscure interior design magazines and books that I can find at secondhand shops. I think it's really fun to see different intimate spaces where people live who are willing to share it. I'm excited to start a new collection of interiors in France and see where that takes me. I think the best advice I would give myself, younger and older, is to just keep following my heart and keep it on.